In this video, you will learn how to enter information about the overall condition about a site or a feature that you are recording. For example, in the site that we were recording in the previous videos, Rujman Faradia in Jordan, we want to see how is the condition of the archaeology, how extensive is the disturbance, has anything disturbed my site. This card is and I'm talking about this condition assessment card in my heritage place resource summary, is used to add data mainly coming from remote assessment of the sites using satellite imagery or aerial photo and reports, and sometimes is used to add also information coming from the field from a rapid condition assessment. For adding detailed information assessment or in-depth condition assessment, you should use the Detailed Condition Assessment Resource Model, and for that, refer to the tutorial 14 Detailed Condition Assessment or the video named Detailed Condition Assessment. In order to start, I'm going to my condition assessment card in the card tree and click on it. This will take me to the page where if I scroll down, I see the fields that I can add information about the condition of the record I'm creating. Also, clicking on the condition assessment card will expand all the data entry cards for this section. Choosing and clicking on each of the cards will open the relevant page with the specific fields for that card. For example, when I click on Overall Site Condition card, that will open the page with the Overall Site Condition field. In order to start to add information for my site, Rujman Faradia, I want to start from the top and add all the information about the condition of the site. First one is the Overall Site Condition. The overall site condition specifies the current state of the heritage place and the archaeology being recorded. It also takes into account whether a site is experiencing any active deterioration. Ask yourself, what does the most up-to-date imagery and other sources of information tell you about the stability and overall state of the site? If I click on my overall site condition field, it will open a drop-down, and I can choose each of these terms of the drop-down list. For my Rujman Faradia site, as you remember in the also in the introduction video, and also if I go to my Google Earth imagery, I see that my site has been destroyed. So go back to my database. I click destroyed and I add. Here in the card C, I see that the information I just added is now here recorded under overall site condition card. Note that you should only record one overall site condition summarizing the condition of the whole site. If the part of the site is in a very bad condition and part in a good condition, you might, for example, choose poor for this overall condition of your site. Next card I want to go to is the second one, extent of damage. When I click on extent of damage on my card 3, I go directly to the extent of damage page. Here I record the approximate extent or the size of the site affected by disturbances that I want to record. If using remote sensing, the extent is the horizontal extent of the site. For example, what I mean is how it's seen from above when you look at the imagery. In order to fill this section, you can ask yourself, how much of the site has been visibly affected and damaged by disturbances that you will be going to record. After I click on extent of damage, I see the options of the concepts that I can choose for this field. For detailed information about this, please refer to our glossary. Here, for the example of Rujmul Faradia, I could see that almost all of the site has been destroyed. So the extent of my damage is 91 to 100%. Then I click on Add, and this information is also added to my site. Note that you can only choose one extent of damage.